Hi, this is a first impressions video of my new toy. It's the Creality CR Laser Falcon 10 watt. I've been looking at laser CO2 lasers for a couple years now and just never pulled the trigger on a couple $1,000 purchase for a refrigerator, a chest freezer size unit for personal use. And uh, always thought it was cool, and it was something my wife said she might be interested in. So uh, when this Reality came up with a sub $500 tabletop laser that would engrave and cut up to, they say half inch, but it's more like quarter inch. It'll cut quarter-inch plywood. Um, but yeah, when it came out, and I said, yeah, it's pretty good. I actually was watching a video of a YouTuber, and he had a coupon code for $440 on a pre-sale when I had to wait about 2 weeks for it to get shipped. But now you can see it's up to $519 on Amazon. So it was worth putting the money out ahead of time, I think, on it. So I got a couple videos of the first impression of it. So let's get to that. Let's get back. So this is the laser. Like I said, it's on the tabletop. And here's some of my earlier ideas of doing stuff. My wife gave me the ideas, and I sat down. She said, "You figure out the software." So I took the. She gave me like what she wanted, and I said, "We'll try to do it." So this is actually, this has an on-off switch and a one-button interface. So that's kind of cool. You sneaker net the file over to it on a mini SD card, and you only put one file at a time on it, and so the laser knows what it's going to do when it does it. So when you turn it on, it beeps those 3 times, letting you know it's set up, and then you press it again, and it gets into this mode where it's doing an outline of the total item that you're doing at a real low power, just so you see a light, and you adjust your board so that you're cutting where you want to. And once you get it in the right spot, you can press the button one more time. We're going to be doing that here in a second. And after that, it's going to start to do it. And at that point, you just wait till it finishes. So it's very user friendly. It took me about 2 hours to put it together. And well, that was just putting only an hour to put it together, and another hour to get the design software installed and everything. This was fairly easy, like I said. One thing, the SD card comes with a lot of stuff on it, and they don't tell you that you got to take everything off the card except for the file that you wanted to. So it comes with a USB adapter on that. So I just put the card in a USB adapter and put them in all the files in a folder, and then just took the one G code file off. They have like a Eagle or something that they have that's all set up for it, and they send a couple pieces of I think it's 2mm plywood just to get you started. And of course 2mm cuts a little faster, so you're cutting this 6-inch by 6-inch item in a matter of 20 minutes or something. So it's a good show for their product for sure. And that worked once I figured out that you could only have the one G code file and everything else had to be off the card. They really don't tell you, and there wasn't a whole lot of information online about that. So if you get one of these, don't have anything else on the SD card except for the one file you're cutting. So I got a couple of videos. I didn't want to make you sit through the whole thing. It takes about 15-20 minutes to do one of these ornaments. This is cutting in the last go round. Like I said, this is 4mm plywood. We're cutting at 150 millimeters a minute, 150 millimeters a minute, which is about 6 inches a minute. So that's real time. So when you're used to 3D printing, it's not too bad to sit for 15 minutes. Of course, you don't have to sit here. You can go do something, but in 15 minutes, it's I've sat and watched almost all of them. A couple of them I went and grabbed a sandwich or something like that on, but kind of cool. You said made these ornaments. My wife said, "Well, we'll make them for our grandkids," and made one for each of us, and then now we're working on our son, and this is our daughter-in-law. So um, they're the ones that live close to us, so we'll probably see them this weekend. So I figured to show off my new toy to them. Just about finishing up, and then when it does that, it just ends and homes itself. And you're all done. At that point, all you got to do is really take the thing apart. So I got another video just of the part there. That's what it looks like. So the pumpkins up there are an image that you're scanning grayscale, just on dithering. You set it up to dither it, and it pretty much gives you a grayscale there. And then the leaf is a SVG file, and so that's just lines. And then the wording is also fill. So we'll talk about that in a second. So we'll get to this is in our family, we have my wife's computer, my computer, and neither one of us wanted to give up a computer, so we got a shared third computer. It's a little older model, but it seems to be working all right for what we're doing. And I'm actually using the Google remote desktop to get into it. So this is actually on Google remote desktop. So I'll just leave it that way so you can see what's going on it. So you got your basic drawing tools, your square, your circle, your polygon. You can freehand with a pen. And then different things. You can do text. And you want to, like I say, I chose script text, and this Valentine text seems to be, I had to download it. One of the people that reviewed this said, I don't know whether it was this laser particularly, but somebody that was making these said, "Oh, the Valentine text makes nice, words, connected letters, so you can do that." So you can see that what we have here, like I said, the black, or black is the cut. So we're cutting at 150 millimeters per minute, 100% power, and all the other ones are different power settings. And like I said, the red is a scan, and then this image up here is a scan as well. The red, like I say, it says it's a fill, so it's going to fill everything in between those red letters inside of that. And but like the maple leaf down here is a line, so we're just cutting the SVG line, the outline of that. What else? Okay, so I've also got a suggestion on online about that. Sometimes if you have an image or something, there's a way that you can you add another layer to it where it does like just the lines to it, and it makes it a little darker. So this program, I'm not getting into what the program does, but I'll turn them off. So I'll turn off the image, and you can see that this is it's going to go over all these lines as well. It's going to scan all the image, and then it's going to come back and do these lines. So this and this are same. You got all these colors down here. You just choose which one. If they're doing the same thing, if I wanted to do this one the same as this one, I could have made this green as well. But I got this at 70% power, where the green is only 50% power. I didn't want to overpower it, but I wanted to make sure I got something to show for that. And like I said, you got it 3,000 millimeters per minute, so it's goes over pretty fast. So you want the power up there. But anyhow, so this is what you, like I said, this is what you design. This text is actually on a curve. So if you notice, I got this one off up here, and if I turn it on, you can see the curve here. So you can actually put your text on a curve as well. So most of the other ones I did, I just had the text going straight. One of the tutorials was talking about text on a curve, so I figured I'd try it on this last one here. But you don't want to do anything with that, so you can turn that layer off to show it or output. So we don't want to output it, and we don't want to show it on the screen. I could leave it shown, but as long as I don't output it, the laser's not going to create any, they're not going to generate any G code for the laser. So let's see what I do. I got to turn this one back on. So one of the cool things, they have this preview thing up here, and loads it up. Takes a little bit on this older computer, but it eventually gets to it. So this is what it looks like I said. So there, it tells you right in the tutorials that the rendering on this is not really great, so they can't really show the that. But if you scroll in, you can actually see the dithering, they call it, on it. Scroll in. So if you scroll way in, this is what you're doing. You're getting this raster scan, but then, you know, it's skipping a spot. So it's turn yourself off and on real quick. And like I said, these darker spots, you got more on than off, but you can actually see the lines that it also does when you do the they call it image to path or something like that, and that you have to create that, and you got some settings that you can do to do that. But overall, that's what it does. And then you also have where you can scroll back like you do on your 3D printer, and you can actually play it forward. This is 40 times speed. So it's you can see what order it's doing in. Of course, you want to do your engraving before you start cutting, and just in case the cuts start falling out or something. So we're doing that. Now these are the cuts actually. Wish it would cut that fast. And that's it. So you can see what you're doing to make sure you got them in the right order. You said you want the cut to be the last one, but usually you're creating the outside first, so it ends up being one of the first ones. So you just highlight it and make sure that you have it at the bottom when you're done, so it moved up, and then move it back down. So anyhow, another option is to use Inkscape and free product called Laser Gerbil, but I never was able to get proficient at Inkscape. The workflow just doesn't, I've never got comfortable with it. And so, like I said, this is $60 software, but I'll probably end up buying it after I'm still using the trial for 30 days. Might try to get in Inkscape, see how much it is, but everybody says this is the easier one to use. So it's a learning curve on it, but like I say, I've had it for 5 days, and best thing to do is get in and start designing stuff and see what it turns out like, to see how it works. So, anyhow, that's my first impressions, and I won't be posting many photos or videos about this, but just thought it'd be cool to show one. Thanks for watching.